I was a thumbsucker. Okay. Yeah. I sucked my thumb until I was 11 years old. I was a thumbsucker, a blankie sniffer, a hair twirler, a real self-soother, if you will. Where my trauma girlies at, hey? Where my trauma girlies at? Let me hear it. Oh, I did. I sucked my thumb until I was 11 years old. My parents were kind of horrified. They only were horrified because it started to fuck up my teeth. Like when my adult teeth grew in, it started to fuck them up. I was vibing. I literally was chilling. I didn't see the problem, and I still don't. But yeah, they were not. They literally only cared because it made my teeth crooked. And for context, my mom is obviously a unhealed Scorpio, covert narcissist. Anybody else? Anybody else, mom, have a personality disorder? I love it. No, it was chill. My dad kind of rounded it out, though. My dad is a retired police officer, current alcoholic, full-blown Leo. And, yeah. I do feel it's redundant to say that he's a cop and an alcoholic. It kind of feels... It's kind of like people that say ATM machine. Obviously. But yeah, no, my mom's vibe. She was kind of driving the minivan on this one. My mom's vibe was very like, if I can kind of paint a picture, she was kind of like Munchausen by proxy meets Toddlers and Tiaras. Is this tracking? Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I've never felt more alone. No, my mom, I know, but like, look, my mom was, it's like, but instead, so Munchausen's, but instead of like trying to like make me sick for attention, she would just like take me out of school 3 to 5 times a year and force me to Irish step dance on cruise ships, so she could get a free vacation. Anybody else? Okay, I've been trying to write more relatable material. That's going in! Alright, but anyway, so here I am in 5th grade, absolutely chilling, sucking my thumb, only at night, okay? Not only in my home, God forbid I have something to comfort me in the house of horrors that you two built. God forbid! So, my parents finally got tired of it, and they were like, okay, we're not gonna get to the root issue. We are not gonna go there. We're not looking in the funhouse mirror. So instead, to treat the issue, they found a, say it with me, unlicensed orthodontist who self-identified as an inventor, who had invented, if you can believe it, a device to stop thumbsuckers, but the patent was still pending. Honey, there was no patent. I do not know where they found this guy. But yeah, he basically cemented this like retainer. It was kind of like a little like retainer like cemented into my molars, and then there was like a metal bar that went across the top. And then there was like a little bead. And I remember him explaining to me there was like a little like neck, like friendship bracelet bead. And he's like, instead of sucking your thumb, you can just flick the bead. And I'm like, I'm absolutely obsessed with my parents dropping me off at a Predator's office. I think it's very cool that you're giving a man on the registry another opportunity to prove himself. So he installed his invention. And if you can believe it, it didn't exactly help my untreated speech impediment. Okay! So I physically could not suck my thumb anymore. It was the left one, if you couldn't tell. It used to physically be like 2 inches longer. That's another story. But, and that's between me and my God. And, but anyway, things were fine, I guess, for them. I guess for Reet and Pete. But, it was, you know, it was getting a little bit, it wasn't great for me. And then one day, I kind of just traded out the oral fixation, if you can imagine. So here I am in my room, sucking on some Sour Punch straws, green apple, of course. God forbid, again, I had to smuggle it into the house, smuggle it past security, get a fucking job on the side. They wouldn't give me any cash. So I'm slurping down some Sour Punch straws, and la la la. This is me as a kid. I don't need friends. I love my Bobby house, and I like to suck my thumb. Okay, everybody got that. So once again, I was vibing. So I'm eating these Sour Punch straws, and I start to choke. And I've been eating these bad boys for years and never had a problem. Swallowing them whole sometimes when you get to the bottom of the pack and you just kind of throw it down the trough. And so I start choking, and I realize as I'm in fight or flight that it was caught on the metal bar bead that had been installed in my mouth. Fully choking, not in like the funny way. It was like, so I am like running through my house. Nobody's home except my mom, who's in the bathroom with the door closed, probably like taking a shit. And I'm like knocking on the door. I'm like, because you know if you're choking, you can't actually fucking talk. I'm like, knocking on the door. I have the door's closed for a reason. Yeah, because you're in there taking a big shit, and I'm out here about to die, which is probably what you fucking want, because you put this invention in my mouth. So I don't stop knocking. I know I'm gonna fucking pay for that. Knock, 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 knock. Finally, she opens the door. What? I'm like, by the way, literally an ER nurse. Hello, wake up. So, and then she's like, oh, fuck. That's what she said. Oh, fuck. She reaches into my mouth, pulls the Sour Punch straw out. Like, Mom, can we please get that taken out? I promise I won't suck my thumb anymore. So she agrees, takes me back to the guy, moments before the shop closed down, I'm sure. He removes the device's generous from my mouth. And, my parents were happy because I ultimately did quit sucking my thumb as a result of that. And my teeth are perfectly straight, no braces, hello. Hello, ignore the chip, hello. Okay, and, it was pretty much vibes. And, no, but now I do have a very sensitive gag reflex. That's the only issue. So, as you can imagine, when I grew up and I married my future ex-husband, that did cause a bit of tension when he wanted me to swallow from the excretion. Didn't know I was lesbian until I was 27. And actually that is the story of why I'm gay. So, guys, we have an amazing show for you tonight. I'm so excited.